Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now unfortunately for this Eternity of Pain, I can't actually show you a solo yet. I mean, I did solo him on live stream with Massacre and later on with Hercules as well, but when I was trying to prepare recordings for this video, pretty much every fight somehow ended this way, where my champions just randomly refused to start moving or start doing some silly things. We're gonna see it in this fight as well. This first mistake is on me, which is fair enough, not the biggest deal. Controls seem to be working fine, and I'm dropping my special attack. Everything's fine, we're having fun, and we're gonna see how quickly it goes downhill immediately. My champion will refuse to move all the way through it. As long as Modok is gonna be hitting me, I will be trying to move, but nothing will be happening. Again, just a heads up, my solo was with Hercules, and then when I was trying to record a cleaner version of it, all this time I'm trying to move out of the way, and he's just doing nothing, and he's even running towards him, kind of like implying that I haven't touched the screen for quite a while. So, I don't know, either my phone's getting busted or this game's going crazy, but you know, the solo videos will have to wait. Let's break this Modok fight down, go over all the objectives and the best options. So that True Lies basically makes all your true abilities effective, well, non-effective, well, pointless. True Strength, True Accuracy, and True Sense abilities are pointless, more or less. Then we have Light Them Up, which is a helpful node if you have access to Shock or Incinerate, because it completely enables you to bypass auto block. So many Incinerate and Shock champions will be very strong here. Then we have Powerful from Afar, not the biggest deal in this fight at all. You actually don't notice it too much for most of the point. Then Down and Out is a huge problem node, because often the best way how to deal with auto block is to spam heavy attacks, and this is a node that completely prevents you from doing that basically, because if you do drop a heavy attack, then you have 8 seconds where you need to use a special attack. And given the fact that Modok can auto-block that special attack and punish you afterwards, so you need to be very careful with your timing, this node makes this fight a lot harder. Now, On the Brink as node is not too bad. For most part, I just kind of recommend people ignoring it. Just accept the fact that Modok will periodically go unblockable, and that's fine. You don't need to stress about this one too much. Now we have Obstinent Charge. When the defender performs the first attack in any combo, they are stun immune, and you can kind of put it in cooldown, which is fine. It's just something to be aware of, because it goes on cooldown for 8 seconds after your parry. And Tranquility makes this entire thing much harder, because it just, you know, resets all your buffs or unblockable buffs and power and everything else. So Tranquility actually is probably the most annoying node in combination with the Down and Out node. Right, so now that we have nodes kind of covered, let's just get to the best options flat out. So if you're a Thronebreaker player, I personally just recommend using Hitmonkey or Karnak, because those will hit both of your objectives immediately. You just need to do that fight once. Hitmonkey is definitely capable of soloing this fight as well. I actually got him down to about 15% or something like that on stream with Hitmonkey, and I wasn't playing that great. So Hitmonkey is a definitely decent option. Solo is possible, but even if you have to use 1 or 2 revives, again, as a Thronebreaker player, just do it, and you're not going to have to do that fight again. You're going to get all your objectives done. And Karnak should be quite similar, because Karnak, you know, he also can gain power through striking opponent's block. He can crit through block. He can do damage that way. And I do think that Karnak also should be an excellent option. Best combination for Paragon players, in my opinion, quite obviously, is Hercules plus Massacre or Black Widow Deadly Origins, because Hercules covers 2 of the objectives, and then you're only left with the Mercenary objective. Both Massacre and Black Widow Deadly Origins solo this fight quite easily. I did it on stream with one of my earlier tries with Massacre, and I finished like 98%. So it was like a super easy fight, probably the easiest one that I have done against this Modok in general. So nothing to be too afraid of there. Or Black Widow Deadly Origins, I haven't tried it myself out personally, but I definitely know of people who have soloed it, as well as Hercules solo is something that I have done. So what I am recommending to you guys as best for Paragon is basically what I did myself. I got the solo with Hercules, I got the solo with Massacre, and job's done. Right. If you don't have these champions or you do not feel confident, we can go over kind of the best or better options from each of the objective classes. So raw damage one, we have Hercules, we have Valkyrie, we have Hitmonkey, we have Karnak. Quake lovers will take solace in knowing the fact that Quake can do this fight in about 6 minutes. You can solo. There's absolutely nothing preventing you from using Quake here as well to get the raw damage output. I definitely know that you can do solo with Kingpin as well. Ankit did it with Liquid Courage Double Edge on. Just basically don't throw your special attacks or hardly ever throw your special attacks. I tried Kingpin out as well. I could quite easily get half of Modok down using Kingpin, so it wasn't too stressful or hard. Definitely a decent option. Now we have Mercenary options. As I mentioned, the best ones will be Massacre and Black Widow Daily Origins. Then we have Karnak. I do think Misty Knight should be extremely good option here as well. Also, I think Nebula could put in potentially quite a bit of work, especially if she's high sig with increased signature level. Then you can potentially get your level 3s and then consistently keep stunning your Modok. He's never going to auto-block, so Nebula should be working out quite nicely here as well. Similarly to Gwenpool, because Gwenpool is a mercenary and her defensive ability accuracy reduction does not rely on True Strike 2 accuracy or any other sort of abilities, and she doesn't rely on any buff specifically. So that means as long as you get like 50 or 60 hit count with Gwenpool, he's never going to auto-block and you're going to have much easier time. Now, Cosmic, arguably kind of like the harder class. Again, as I said, Hercules I think is the best option. I think Hyperion and Icarus are the second best options because they both have relatively easy access to Incinerate. With Hyperion, it could be somewhat harder because you do need to make sure that you have just removed that Modok shield before you throw level 1, otherwise he will block it and then you're going to be in trouble. With Icarus that should be easier because you apply Incinerates on your regular hit. Well, no, actually this is still special attacks. It still shouldn't be, it should be easier with Icarus I think than it is with Hyperion. That being said, Hulkling is a decent option. He's not the best because he still gets power drain due to Tranquility because it's, well, he gets his power removed because Hulkling is immune to like power drain, power steal and whatnot, but Tranquility doesn't care about immunities like that. So you will still be losing your power, so you will be unable to get your Furies and level 2s and big damage. On top of it, your your buffs will get nullified. So it means it's not that easy with Hulkling. It is going to be quite a long fight. But the fact that you do solid amount of damage through block, the fact that you gain power slightly quicker, you're basically going to end up spamming level 1s and then dealing with primarily like your aptitudes and pierce buffs and, you know, doing a lot of damage through block. King Groot can be a decent, somewhat decent option as well. Kind of, it's going to be a really long fight. King Groot does have the nice benefit of gaining extra Fury charges whenever he does get auto-blocked, so he can kind of deal with that, but you need to keep in mind that his buffs will get periodically nullified, and yeah, it is going to be a long fight, but in between him being able to heal, in between him being able to at least now and then sort of gain extra Furies, I do think it's an option. I don't think it's like an amazing or great option. Obviously, there are potentially other champions that can work, but again, Tranquility really does kind of screw over majority of Cosmic champions that otherwise would be amazing for this. For instance, Gore could be really great because he has access to Undermine, but losing his buffs is a big deal for him. And then, you know, similarly to Angela, for instance, and so on and so forth. So, let me know what you guys think. Which are the best options? As I said, I will still try to upload maybe a quick solo kind of compilation afterwards with just a couple of options tomorrow if I get some time, but tonight is just not happening. I'm either something's very off with my phone or Malcon's Champions is being especially kind to me today. It really did get kind of like the better of me, especially when I got the first solo with Hercules off stream and I noticed that I hadn't pressed the record button, and then when I started trying to record, my champion just did whatever it wanted, and it's becoming a more frequent issue. All fun and games. Either way, that is about it for this video. Let me know whether you found it helpful. Hit that like button, pretty please, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. See ya.
proceed with... Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next